Welcome to the proverbial night before Fractal Space enters the beta stage of development. The MMR calculations get revised. No longer will we be seeing those players with over 9,000 MMR. No longer will the brand spanking new Among Us start with 0 MMR. 500 is the new standard. No longer will individual performance impact your MMR gain or loss. Winning is everything. No matter how hard you carry or got carried, you're playing a hell of a match, fighting as hard as you can, as long as you can, before finally dropping back into your captain's chair as the enemy overwhelms your last line of defenses. Exhausted, bloodied, beaten. But you made them pay for every inch of terrain they gained as your allies were fumbling about. One of them sticking to stealth for almost a complete match, only dropping out when the enemy deployed a detect buoy right in their face, and he screamed, yeah, that same guy loses as much MMR as you will at the end of the match. Oh, by the way, he has 300 more points than you to begin with. Oh, and a totally unrelated subject, he's 20 experience level lower than you. Why? Because 4 weeks ago, when the new system was passively running in the background, Mr. Which side's the pointy end again? Was fighting down in Scrubville and was tearing players even less experienced and even more clueless than himself a new one, over and over and over again. At the same time, you were fighting Death Squad X from Clan RIP on a regular basis, and even though you managed to win every once in a while, you lost the majority of those matches. You poor sod. Remember how you hated those Death Squads, those 3-man pre-mates all on TeamSpeak, those terrible team comps you were up against? Now you're fighting alongside Captain Backwards and Wonder Wally. Where would you rather be now? Enough of this nonsense. How do we get out of the shithole we're in now? Massive player influx? Nope. Those players will all start out at the 500 MMR mark and will slowly move either up or down. It will improve the situation for some players before too long, but most of you are still stuck in this nightmarish hellhole that is the new matchmaking, because it takes too long for the scrubs to get kicked out of whichever bracket they're in now. These nuggets will still get carried to victory, and when they're not, they will drag down with them those who are vastly more experienced, just because that's the way the system works. We need placement matches. Yesterday. X amount of matches. I'm inserting a random 20 in here because I'm the fool who's making this video, and therefore I can, in which players, note how I'm not using the word new, will gain or lose Y amount of MMR. I'm inserting a random 5 because of the aforementioned reasons. Every single match. It's not a foolproof plan to catapult those who don't belong at their respective MMR far away from it in whichever direction, but I'm pretty darn bloody sure it'll work a whole frigging lot better than the 3-headed hellspawn of a system we have in place now. But wait, we need to tweak this system more before it's implemented. Because 5 solo queue is fighting against a 5-man pre-mate, it is the future after all, with equal MMR just won't be balanced to begin with. Same as the 5-man pre-mate should still outperform a 3 plus a 2-man pre-mate with equal MMR most of the time. So let's look at this further. Solo queuing should not alter your individual MMR level when added to the total of the team. Duo queuing gives you a slight advantage, so I'm thinking a 1.2 multiplier is in order. 3-man 1.4, 4-man 1.7, and finally the 5-man pre-mate should see their MMR be multiplied times 2. Again, all random numbers. All the random numbers used can, much like it works with individual ships, be balanced accordingly over time. So there you have it, an idea for an alternative MMR and MM system that we need and deserve. Not because we're such nice people. No. Because we're getting sick to our stomachs of getting thrown in matches where the balance is so far off, the chances of it fixing itself are less likely than North and South Korea becoming BFFs. Add your 2 cents, brothers and sisters. What are your ideas on defeating this monster that has been created? How can we make our matches overall enjoyable again? I'm looking forward to your comments.